Hey guys, welcome to another review. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Captain America from the Captain America Civil War 3-pack by Marvel Legends. So, this guy is pretty cool. We'll go over a few specifics on him in a minute, but first off I want to say I got this pack for $50 at Walmart. I don't know if it was something special. I think it may be because the box was a little damaged and they were previously opened. But they're completely intact, and I think that is an amazing price. That is $10 under the resale price, so make sure to check out your Walmart just in case there's something special going on there. Okay, so let's move these guys out of the way. I'll be reviewing them later. First off, let's take a look at the Captain America here. There is a lot to complain about with this Captain America, actually, but we'll try to be rather impartial on the fact that he is just a complete reuse of the figure from this line, and then the figure from the previous line. I think there may be some slight differences. I don't know. I think this is exactly the same figure from Age of Ultron, just slightly painted differently. So that may disappoint a lot of people. And actually, the Winter Soldier figure, I own that one, the Captain America from the Winter Soldier movie. And he has these exact same legs, and I think the arms too. So, as well as the heads, of course. And I don't think the shield. The shield's slightly different. But that's a big problem there. But if you don't own those figures, this guy is not a bad one to pick up. And since he's not actually too battle damaged, as you can see, which he's supposed to be very battle damaged, because that's like the only reason you're supposed to buy this guy, it could work as just a regular Captain America figure. He's just got a little bit of dirt on him, which a Man of War usually has anyway, so if you want a Captain America and you are willing to get this set, it's a pretty good way to get a Captain America, I would say. Okay, first problem is his arms are a bit warped. They turn in a bit. They should be a bit more straight like that, but that's a bit of a problem. But that happens with a lot of Marvel Legends. You just have to heat them up and straighten it out. Not a huge problem. So first off, we're going to take a look at, let's say, his accessories. He comes with 2 accessories technically, and even though this one kind of was with the Spider-Man, it is Captain America's shield, so I'm matching this up with him. He comes with less than the other Captain America figures because I do believe they come with interchangeable hands, at least the Winter Soldier one did, and that's why his hands pop out so easily. And to start out, let's talk about his head sculpt because that's the rather boring part. Here's the alternate. Let me pop that on there. It doesn't really snap on. It just sort of jams in there, and then it's very tight. If you want to turn it, it's like feels like you're gonna break something. So badly done there. But the face sculpt is okay. It doesn't really look like Chris Evans. Maybe just the slightest bit. It's just like a slight resemblance. The hairstyle, maybe a little. I feel like it should be more curled up at the top. His doesn't exactly shoot out like that. And the paint is very just basic. There's no face paint, it's just the eyes and the hair. Everything else is just base plastic. So not a bad accessory, because you do see him a lot with the mask off, I guess you could say. If that's a mask, it's sort of like a helmet mask. But that's disappointing. Let me take that off. Arrgh. I don't know, I've never been a huge fan of Captain America. I do like Chris Evans, and I do like Captain America a little bit. The only problem is he's a very boring character. It's just, whereas Tony Stark's always making quips and stuff, Captain America just stands around and does basically nothing. Okay, his other accessory is the shield, I'll say. And it's battle damaged. It's got some silver markings, some black, like, gunpowder marks and stuff. But, yeah. Nothing all that special. I like the silver. It accentuates very well. There's some around the edges. Then on the other side it's very basic, and the straps are just way too huge for his arm, so it won't really stay in there too solidly. If you like wiggle it around, it starts falling off. And if you want to have him with his arm bent while holding it, it doesn't really work. So like, see that? It just sort of flops around in there. Very hard to do. You could do it like this way maybe. He'll hold a little bit easier. That won't work too bad. Yeah, but that's kind of a disappointing accessory. And then it doesn't strap onto his back or anything like it does in the movie. So I suppose if you want to, maybe, let's see if this works. Not really. That would look crazy anyway. You'd have a choker. Okay, so that's his accessories. Rather disappointing accessories, but keep in mind he's just the lesser of a 3-pack, so it's expected. And then here's the battle damage. Tiny little, see that little brown stuff, which looks like it could just have been a 2-year-old that was playing with him and got chocolate on him. That's the battle damage. There's also a little bit on his helmet. You can see it's overtaking the A a bit. A for Captain A-hole. Yep. Whose side were you on in Captain America Civil War? I felt kind of bad being on the side of Tony Stark, but I had to because he's Tony Stark, so I was on his side. And, you know, they didn't really make it a very obvious choice, which you could say is good or bad, but I like it when there's more difference between their choices. It just seemed, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of it, but the movie was good, so. Yep, okay, so the sculpt is good on his head. It's got little rivets put in there and stuff. It's a sculpt that we're very used to. It looks kind of like Chris Evans. Doesn't really look like this head, though. Discolored skin. Then the eyes are pretty cleanly done on there. Maybe the slightest bit off, but not enough to really point out. Paint's rather clean. And the sculpt is okay. So let's take a look at the body. There's a lot of actual sculpting detail put in here, so it's okay that it's a reuse, kind of, because he did have the same costume. It's just there was really no point to make more Captain America figures after Age of Ultron, so however. Nice A on his shoulder there, very cleanly put in. I don't see any real paint defects. Tell me if you see any. But yeah, the paint is clean, the sculpt is very nice. Here's his fist, there's his crotch, his butt, and his belt. The belt has nice silver details, and down to his boots. Okay, so sculpt and paint on him is pretty good. I do have complaints with it not having enough battle damage, because if it was like when he and Iron Man were fighting and he had all the blood on his face, that would be awesome. And that would be just a little bit more paint to make it worth it. I would actually think this is more worth it if it had just little blood effects on him. Right now, as he is, it's just a blatant reuse. Just completely useless. I'm going to do a customization of him, just add a little bit of blood. In fact, I'll show you that at the end of this video. Okay, so now let's go over articulation, which is where he pretty much does a good job. His head can look back or up that much. It has a nice snapping joint there. And you look down that much. Very tight articulation. There's no head pivot, but his head can turn around 160 degrees yet. 360. What's wrong with me? Okay. 360 at the shoulder. Can move up to a little over a right angle, quite a bit over a right angle to his body. And then at the bicep here, there's a full rotation as well. And then double jointed elbow that can really bring his arms up there into sort of a fighting position. You can get him in actually a pretty good boxing stance, which is good because he was kind of in one in that movie. Okay, and then same on both arms, as well as his wrist here has the scratching at a wall pose and the full rotation at the wrist, so there we go. And then at the torso here, he can move back about that much, and he can move forward, yeah, that much. Full rotation at the hip here, I guess you could call that. Waist, there we go. Kick his leg forward that much, kick it back that much, and then kick it off to the sides, not too far. No splits for him. And then at the thigh here, there's a cut that does 360 on this same on both sides. And then double jointed knees, very useful. And then at the shoe here, boot, it has a rotation. And then his foot can move forward that much and move backward that much. And then he has ankle pivot, which is ridiculous. Great ankle pivot. The only problem is without the splits ability, you can't really see him use that too much. Okay, so yeah, very basic figure. It's kind of kind of lame. I can't recommend getting the pack for this guy, that's for sure. But we'll see as we go further down the line and review all three of them. Stay tuned for that, and stay tuned for a quick look at the repainted version of this guy. So, I'll see you guys in a second. Now that's battle damage. Okay, so I've touched him up, given him a little bit of battle damage that's actually from the movie, you know, a little bit of blood around his face, some dirt around here and there. Just made it look a lot more than it was. So now if you were to compare him next to the other figure that's all clean, there would be a difference, because like at his elbows here, his shoulders, add some dirt, just some scuffage in different areas, more to his knees, and then a little bit more onto his chest. So just a little bit extra to make it seem worth it. If you're gonna go the battle damage route, you gotta go full out battle damage, not just tiny little singe marks. So the way I did this was I took some Craft Smart paints and Apple Barrel paints. They're just those cheap acrylic paints. They work very well though. So Craft Smart red, brown, and then Apple Barrel black. And just mixed them together for different colors. And then after I was done, I sealed it with a little bit of Mod Podge. To make sure that it doesn't come out too shiny for the Mod Podge, you want to take just a little bit and then put it on there. You don't want to like smudge a lot on there, otherwise it'll be extremely shiny. Just a slight warning for you guys. Okay, so that's the figure. I hope you guys like the review. Stick around for some size comparisons. And that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next review. Probably next one of this group I'm going to be doing is Spider-Man. I think I'll do Spider-Man next. Okay, see you guys in the next review. Peace. Captain America stands at just under 6.5 inches tall. Here's Captain America next to some other Captain Americas. And here's Captain America next to the Marvel Legends Red Skull figure. And here's Captain America's shield compared to some other Captain America shields.